Borderlands is back with a brand new spin-off titled Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, but what do you need to know about it? Stick around for a quick rundown of what we know and you need to know before you decide to buy it. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is a brand new full game based on the 2013 Borderlands 2 DLC, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep, which saw the Vault Hunters play a game similar to that of Dungeons & Dragons called Bunkers and Badasses. Wonderlands continues this premise but doubles down on the concept, and this is a project that is the culmination of over a decade of on and off development at Gearbox, according to the CEO, Randy Pitchford. What this tabletop fantasy setting does is allows Gearbox to go to town with their creativity, making the already zany core Borderlands series look tame in comparison. Tiny Tina is in control of how the game plays out, and that will lead to plenty of funny and fourth wall breaking moments, no doubt. While we don't know too much about the story outside of the fantasy and tabletop setting, we do know your ultimate goal is to beat the Dragon Lord, a powerful necromancer who wants to conquer Wonderlands, and it's up to you, the Fate Maker, to stop them. As you'd expect, Tiny Tina is once again voiced by the talented Ashley Birch, who also voices Aloy in the Horizon series. There will also be a number of well-known actors joining her, including Wanda Sykes, who voices a robot called Fret, Andy Samberg, who voices a character called Captain Valentine, and Will Arnett, who voices the main bad guy, the Dragon Lord himself. As usual, there are multiple classes you can choose from. These consist of the Stabomancer, which are sneaky, critical hit focused assassins, the Spore Warden, who are masters of nature and have a mushroom companion who deals poison damage, Spellshot, who are described as gun-touting wizards, who are able to hit their enemies with a constant barrage of spells and bullets, Graveborn, who are death touch acolytes, who sacrifice health to unleash devastating dark magic attacks, Clawbringer, who are faithful warriors with a giant hammer at their disposal and a wyvern companion by their side, and finally the Berserker, who complement their firepower with powerful melee attacks and an affinity for the frost element. Initially you'll pick one of the classes, but as you go through your adventure, you'll be able to take advantage of the multi-class system and a new secondary class slot. What is particularly different about these classes compared to those in any of the Borderlands titles is that none of the characters are preset. You make your own with a character creator. The options available to you will be pretty big, so you have plenty of freedom to make the coolest of warriors or the most deranged and disfigured looking species if you disable elements like symmetry and really mess with the sliders. It's all up to you. You even have a say in what personality they will have, from gallant, clever, gruff or strange, with each having two types of voices you can pick from that you can then alter the pitch of. You might be wondering what the point in having an in-depth character creator is when you never really see your character in the previous Borderlands games. However, being introduced into Wonderlands is an overworld just like the real Dungeons & Dragons style tabletop games. It's here you'll see your created character from a third-person perspective and how you'll move from area to area, with plenty of secrets and rewards off the beaten path for you to discover. So what about the gameplay? Well, for the most part it is exactly what you'd expect from the Borderlands titles. You shoot guns, find different rarities of loot, level up and gain abilities for a skill tree, but there are a couple of really notable changes. First off, there are no grenades. Instead they are replaced with spells, abilities with short cooldowns that, for example, can deal elemental damage, protect allies, or debuff enemies. All classes can equip any spell that drops as a piece of loot, so you have the freedom to try out the many different ones. The second big change is melee weapons, which is a first for the series, and just like the guns, they are procedurally generated, so there'll be plenty of variations to utilise. The game comes out on March 25th for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, as well as the last gen consoles, the PS4 and Xbox One. There are 3 editions you can pre-order: the standard version, the next level edition, which contains the Dragon Lord pack bonus content, and the Chaotic Great Edition, which includes that as well as the season pass. In addition, if you pre-order any copy, you'll get the Golden Hero armor pack. In terms of how long the game is, we haven't had any confirmation, but it is a full price title, so we can expect a similar amount of playtime to the previous Borderlands titles, which is about 30 hours to do the main story and upwards of 50 hours if you include all the side content. What we do have a solid number on, however, is the level cap, which at launch will be 40, and it's likely this will be further increased with subsequent DLCs. For those interested in the endgame, Wonderlands introduces the Chaos Chamber, which at its core are endlessly replayable dungeons that are randomly generated, with each taking 30 minutes-ish to complete, with 3 lives to make it to the end. By completing a run, you'll earn great loot, as well as moon orbs, a currency that can then be turned in at the enchantment reroller station, offering random replacements for enchantment effects on your gear. So that just about sums up everything you need to know about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Is this a spin-off you'll be checking out? Be sure to let me know in the comments. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for a notification each time I upload new content. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next video.